Hey guys, Block Builder here, and welcome to my video review of my custom G1 Optimus Prime. Here he is in his truck mode. I went for more like the cartoon style of the build, so that's what he looks like. Decided to review this guy because of the new Optimus Prime set that's coming out soonish. But yeah, I think I made this guy a while ago, and he's not fully colored right, but that's okay. So I guess we'll just get into some size comparisons. He is next to Roundhouse, a Shark, a minifigure, and 8-bit. Just for some, amazing size comparisons, because trucks and NESs are about that size compared to each other. You can kind of fit minifigs inside of him. And by kind of, I mean you totally can, which is pretty cool. I think you can fit 2, actually, but I have more than 2. I'd have to reach somewhere to get them, but you can sit them both in opposite chairs, like so. The accessory that I have for this guy is his ion blaster. And there is no trailer, but if he had a trailer, he could probably tow it. So, that's him in his truck mode. I moved him too far forward. But yeah, that's Optimus Prime's truck mode, and I guess we'll just move on to transformation since there's not much else to do. So to transform Optimus Prime, it's pretty much like Optimus Prime's transformation. First thing we're going to do is we're going to come here. We're going to pull out his arms. This is one of my only builds that uses like super old pieces right here, because I only had 2 of them and I figured I should use them, and I couldn't think of any other way at the time to make his arms come out. But you're going to flip his arm, you pull it out, and then you rotate his fist from this position to this position. But before you do that, you want to rotate this tile. After pulling this out, you want to rotate this tile around, like so, and that'll rotate around, and you plug it back in. Next, his hand, it just kind of stays here, and then you can fold out his fingers, which are each individually articulated. Obviously no like knuckles, or, well, I guess he has knuckles, but he doesn't have like bends in his fingers. But there's one arm. Probably have to raise the camera once I do this. Oh, that one's a little bit loose and comes out a lot, but basically pull it out, push it up, swing this whole arm out. Go ahead and pull this out, swing this tile around like so. Flip that around, and there we go. We gave him a hand. Just go ahead and flip out all of his fingers just to make his hands look nice, and go ahead and fold them up like so. Now the next step we're going to do, just to finish off the upper body pretty much, you're going to flip down this back panel and come in here, and you're just going to pull out his head. So here's what the back looks like, and you kind of have to see it to pull it out for some reason, because it's little crest part gets stuck against the hinges, but this all just folds up. Then you take his backpack and you fold it up as well to form that little backpack section. So here's Optimus in his like, I'm a truck person mode. So yeah, that's rolling is the right of all sentient beings, just like that. Anyway, there he is, and then you're going to take, now for the legs, you're going to take this section here, that'll fold in. That's for clearance later on in the transformation. You can also flip them up, like so. And then you're going to, alright, now that he's fixed, what you're going to do is you're going to pick him up, and you're going to sort of turn him like this. You're going to come in here, and there's this little peg slider thing, and that'll come down like so. And you're going to rotate around the wheel section like this. You can be careful because there are fragile parts to this guy, as you've already seen. Slide this down a bit more just to make clearance for this to rotate all the way around. Then you're going to come to this section and you're going to split it apart, and that'll fold up into Optimus Prime's chest sides to sort of hide the wheels and create those like gray parts in his chest. Then you're going to pull this section down. You're going to flip this piece in like so. And this whole section will rotate like this. That'll go flat. And then this will break again because that connection sucks. But that's okay. Rotate this all the way around. Going to fold this kind of in. Slide it up like so. So now you're going to split the legs by rotating them sideways. I think this part was inspired by like Stupid Ninja's Optimus Prime. Flip out his feet. And then just get him all situated and raise the camera so you guys can actually see him. So here we have Optimus Prime in roll-up mode, which I think turned out really cool. Definitely my best Optimus Prime that I had built, which is why I stopped making Optimus Primes, pretty much. But here he is. I think he turned out really cool. There is one more step that I forgot to show, is you kind of, these will sort of fold in just a little bit. I think you can get them all the way if you pull out his legs a little more, actually. And fold this in, pull those out. Not like that, but you know what I mean. Just, I'll speak different. Weird noises. But yeah, those sort of fold into his back. And that's pretty much it. He's a bit janky, like looking when he stands sometimes, but most of the time he looks pretty cool. For his accessories, he's got his gun from earlier. This thing's kind of weird to hold for him. You kind of flip out this, and then you fold these fingers like this. And there's this clip right here, and then you just kind of push that onto his hand. Like that. But there he is with his gun. I like to put him in like that Optimus Prime pose. Although I'm probably not going to get it too easily here. That does show off his articulation. But we're going to go into size comparisons first. Here he is next to Roundhouse again. A shark who you can't even see on camera. There we go. And a minifigure. So getting those guys out of the way. The funny thing is, you can still fit minifigures in his chest. Like this. So if you wanted, you could consider him an Optimus Prime mech. Which is pretty funny, honestly. You can do that. I think that's pretty silly. This was when I tried a lot harder to fit minifigures inside of my Transformers. But yeah, that is Optimus Prime. For articulation, his arms are on maxi-fig hands. So they're ball jointed and can like move forward and back. They're rotated. They can rotate at a swivel right here. Bend at the elbow on a hinge. His hands are ball jointed. A little bit fragile. The thumbs are on the little rotatey pieces that are really cool. And his fingers are all individually hinged like that. Head is on a ball joint and also a little bit of a hinge. But you don't really need to use that since the ball joint is placed in a way that he can move his head. He does have a waist swivel technically, but it's really annoying to use, so there's no point. And his legs can also kick forward, but you got to move it for clearance issues because they're on a ball joint and they can go out and in. His legs can only bend that far. His feet are on ball joints and kind of a little stud friction plate right in there. They can also go out pretty far too. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say about this guy. I think he turned out pretty cool. Sorry about the no video last Friday. I was on vacation, so I couldn't really post because I wasn't home. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Have a great day. This has been Optimus Prime and Block Builder breaking out.